Hi everybody, so I'm back again. So I had got my little torch set up, and here's the wires that go to the for the seat. I ran some loom, and I did two connectors already, and I'm gonna do these two now. I'm just gonna take a simple torch like this. I like to use a torch. If you want, you can go a little less crazy, and you can use a heat gun. A heat gun would probably be nicer, but I do this way. It'll shrink the ends of this in. I already crimped the lines. Don't have to have it pretty looking. It'll shrink it nice, and what happens is when you heat this up a little bit, on the end, a glue comes out and forms a nice seal. So if anybody knows anything about Jeeps, you get a lot of water leaks. So I didn't have the right connectors, so let it cool off a little bit. That's it. Just use a simple, I use a propane torch. Most people I just grab the torch. The reason why it's quicker and easier. So those are what I heated up. I just heated these up and glued together. What happens when you heat these parts up here, the glue comes out on the end, and it's like makes a really strong setting. So that's good. Let me just put the loom back on. Go this way, maybe get a better view. I'll take a seat. Got a bright light on you too. So let's put the loom back on. Like I said, this is all stuff you can get anywhere cheap. The loom cleans up the whole job. Makes it nice, makes it neat. And then you don't have to worry about it no more, hopefully. Now you shouldn't have to take the seat out anymore. I probably took this seat out a couple times. I had to do the floor. Then I had to, what's I do? The seat, carpet. I never repaired the carpet, but I should be cleaning, so I gotta take the seat out for all that. Probably could have went with a little thicker loom, but I don't want to go crazy with this. Connect kind of good. Kind of knew this was going to happen, so I'll show you a little trick that doesn't look that bad actually. Actually, that's pretty good. So the loom is going to go all the way down. Goes all the way back. I don't know if you can really even see what I'm doing here. Let's see if you pan you this way. Maybe you'll see a little better. There. So I'm just wiring this in. I think you can see me okay. You don't really actually need to see me. You need to see my hands are moving. The light on there. I was gonna zip tie the ends together. Kind of nice. And underneath here, there's clamps. Actually, I got quite a few wires in there. I'm gonna have to put this one under the rug. Actually, you're not gonna be able to do that. Let's get it all the way to the end. Cut the excess off. I thought I had it all, but. I don't know if you really can see what I'm doing, but I put the loom under here, and what I'm going to do is zip tie it. There's these, you really can't see it. There's these metal pads right here. There's metal tab that grabs the wires. So what we're going to do is we're just going to zip tie that to the next wire. Have it nice and neat. This will be out of the way, so when you're beating the heck out of your truck off road or just getting in normally, you're not going to knock out the wires constantly. That's good. Pretty good. I just cut the excess of the zip tie. So you're all done there. So it's a nice clean look, and really hard to see, but it's a clean look. And on the other side, if you notice inside here, point the light this way, under the seat too, there's just that little piece of loom that goes under. It's nice and clean. And oh, what do we have here? Hold on a second here. I forgot some stuff on the seat there. Wait a minute. What could that be? Yeah, I know. It's a little bit of a gimmick, right? Well, but I showed you yesterday. I had some cheaper toys. Collectibles. Actually, this one is a 71 CUDA with a 440 in it. Not a bad muscle car there. Let's see what we got. So I'm selling these things on eBay too. They're still in the package, still in the box. Like I said, I gotta let's take it out a little bit without disturbing anything. Let me get my knife out. I don't want to rip the box. The box is perfect shape. It's got a little tab here. There we go. So this is just one. I have like probably 20 of these different things on eBay, and they're all in boxes. There's the box, the original box, the instructions. Well, it tells you about the vehicle itself. And what do we got here? Oh yeah. It's still in the plastic. I mean the paper. As old as can be. Look at that, man. That's nice. That's some detail. I mean, that's really detailed. Look at that thing. I mean, put that on your shelf, man. That's pretty cool. It says 440 on it right there, man. Wow. I just gotta get rid of some of this. Well, I gotta sell some of this stuff, so I just thought I'd show you what I got, other than I just show you the Jeep repair. We'll put it all back in. It has what it tells you all about. 71 CUDA. What the hell's a FUDA? A CUDA. You know what, Lenny? Why don't you put your glasses on, you spaz? 71 CUDA 446 pack. Man. The 143 scale replica. That's nice. So, not bad for, I'm a Ford guy, right? But I have a lot of Dodge stuff, Chrysler stuff. So, put that back in the box. I mean, what I would do is I'd put it in some kind of show glass case or something like that. And then, you know, put the box underneath it or something, whatever you want to do, but don't trash the box. Everything is still in the original boxes. It even comes in a shipping box. Even the shipping box is original. Put that one back here. I want to see where the other one is. And then I'll show you the other side of the Jeep. I just want to promote some of this stuff. Now that's also on eBay, Motorsport 1984. So there's one of them. Let's see what else we got. Let's put that back on the shelf. Let's see what else we got. We got another one here. 1970 Plymouth GTX lime green. Lime green. That's a nice color. I know. I got a friend, Bill. He's got a GTX. I can't wait to go see him, man. We always like, he always says life gets in the way. You know what, it sure does, because you want to go see somebody, you want to, and he's off on Friday. I don't know what I'm doing Friday. But if you're watching the video, Bill, let's see what we got here. I don't think this is your color, but let's see what we got. Here's just another one, then I'll go back to some Jeep stuff. Let's see what we got here. Come on out of the box, buddy. There's the paperwork on that side. Still all the original boxes. And that one I just told you was a GTX 70 Plymouth GTX. Same thing. Scale 1 to 43. Doesn't tell you much about the engine or anything, but let's see what this is. Whoa. Ah, not a pretty, well, it's not that bad of a color. You know, look at that thing. There's a GTX. Man, I sure would love to have this car instead. Look, it shows you the details on the bottom. I'm not gonna go too crazy. I don't like to play with these things. I wouldn't want to drop this thing. So let's put it back, but that's where she's at. You know, I gotta make a living, so I gotta sell some of my toys. So, right back in the original box, original paperwork. I try not to ruin anything. What I would do is, like I said, put it back on a shelf. Like glass case, and your buddies come over and have a six-pack, you could, oh, I had that car, I had that car. Boy, don't we wish we had those cars? I know my friend Bill does. He still has some of this stuff. Can't wait to see his real collection. But we put it back on the box, and like I said, that's eBay Motorsport. Motor Speed 1984. So there's two things right there. There's a lot of things other than just there's car parts, there's tools, there's Jeep stuff. I mean, and I ain't just begun to collect all this stuff and get rid of some of my other stuff. So the seat's all done, brackets are all done. We'll put these back on the shelf. And I showed you one yesterday. Sometimes I like to put out some stuff just for entertainment, man. That's cool. So this seat is all done. Put the mat down, the wiring's done, it goes good. Let me show you the other side what we got. So we're on the other side. Let's take a little walk. A little walk on the wall side. So she's trying to clean up this hood too. Trying to get the paint to come back to life, but she's not coming back to life very well. So on this side, we're gonna start showing you. So here, I sprayed it down again with tough stuff, and we're gonna do this seat while we're at it. I'm not gonna show you how to clean the seat. I showed you yesterday how to clean the seats, but I'm just gonna, same thing with the floor. I sprayed it down really good with this. Look at the shifter coming out, and the shifter, what I do is like the tire shine. I like the tire shine overall. I just spray it and forget it. Just spray it on and let it go. Just overdose it, and it just gets a nice gloss. It comes out nice. So let me just scrub that a little bit. I'm going to finish this side up. I don't know if you really can see what I'm doing, but I'll try. All I'm going to do is scrub this out. You can see all the dirt that comes out of here. I think some ate off of there. Get it back up again. You got all the dirt coming up here. You gotta vacuum this out. But it had a couple stains right there. The stains came right out. And I'll tell you, using one of these things right here, it keeps getting the rug and all kinds of junk coming out of the rug. Once you basically agitate it, aggravate it, whatever you want to say, then you just take your vacuum cleaner and vacuum it up. that. Just a quick vacuum. Pop that sucker on there. Bore you with vacuuming. Anybody can vacuum, right? Well, that's a nice little quick vacuum, and I'll probably do it. I'm gonna leave it alone. Actually, I got these. Get rid of this stuff and make a mess. I clean up, then I make a mess. I clean up, I make a mess. So I'm gonna show you a little more of a Jeep repair now. I just threw some mat down, any mat, just so you put your feet on it, don't get bad. And over on this side, I'll show you what I did a little bit. Well, I did the same thing on this side over here. I ran the seat loom around and up, and so this seat does the same thing. And, feels pretty good. We're gonna clean this seat up. Works better when you're sitting, right? We're gonna clean it up. What I like about these seats on the Jeeps on the side, you have more storage on these Jeeps than you could ever imagine. I had to hold something, so I was like, okay, I just go like this. There you go, you're done. Matter of fact, I'm gonna run the loom a little nicer here. I'm gonna have to put another, actually, if I zip tie it here, it'll be fine. Now you need it to stretch. You need to put another piece of loom here. Put a piece of tape there or whatever. I don't know, wait, maybe if you leave it on the seat. Yeah, no, you gotta leave a little slack. If you don't leave a slack, it's gonna mess it all up. So that's the seat. The seat worked good. This one's actually much cleaner. I put a little piece of tape here just to slow it down the rips. This one also has the speakers in it too. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pop up this antenna back on. Let me grab the antenna. So this is the old antenna. I don't want to use the old one. Let me grab the new one. This is the old one. It's all pitted out, but it's broken on the back, and that's where your wire is going to show you. Let me show you. I'll grab one I found on eBay. Here's the one on eBay right here. I'm going to install this, but I'm going to clean it up first. It came with a gasket, but there's already another gasket on there, so we're going to leave it for the other antenna. Maybe we can fix that one. So we're going to put this here. Let me clean it up first, and then we're going to run the wire to radio, and then the radio will be completely done. And let's see if we get some AM/FM radio. I'll be back in a little while. I got to make a phone call. Bye.